Well, everyone, it is that time. I've been working hard on getting a display together, so I wanted to take you on a little tour of that. As you can see, it's a dark room, and my thought was that it would be really cool to go into a room that felt kind of like a museum. And so, without further ado, when I walk into my room and I hit this button, and this button, and this button, I've got myself a mini museum set up here. So this is something I've had envisioned for a while, and it's, as always, as most things go like this, kind of a work in progress. But I really like where it's at right now, and I'll show you the rest after I turn the lights on as far as the top rows go. But let me take you on a little tour here. We're going to start with the main shelf. This is where all my big time A-Rod cards go. As you can see, there's a spot open right there next to my main man, Joey Cora. Everybody knows the story behind that card right there. What's up, Dad? If you're watching, we pulled that together, man. That's something I'll never forget. But there's something pretty amazing going to go right there on Monday, hopefully. So stay tuned for that. But I've got some of my favorites here. I'm not going to go through every single one, but each one of these has a story behind it and when I picked it up and who I picked it up from. Most of them I know who I got these from. A few have been eBay. But, you know, we got the best gift that I've ever received from Bo, a card that Jeremy was willing to sell. I've got my all-time favorite card, probably one of my all-time favorites next to this. But just picking this up from a collector, there's the case that he had it in for 20 years. And now it's in a pro mold. The best steal I've ever got on a card. The most I've ever paid for a card, minus this right here. And yeah, anyway, so definitely some favorites of collectors here. Took me a long time to get this gold signature, but looks fabulous up there. And of course, in the very back, I've got that in-person autograph that I got when I was with my grandfather in 1997. So another shelf that I am putting together that's still, I need a little more to bring this thing to life, but this is where it's at right now. This is my side PC that I've been working on recently for Gan Keel, and I'm really happy to where this is going. I've got some really cool cards here. This gift from John. These are like 1 out of 1,000 packs or almost to pull that particular autograph. I've almost got the whole primary colors run here, but I'm missing the, obviously I don't have the red non-die cut out here, but that one's low numbered. It's in that stack over there. But I'm missing the yellow die cut. So it looks like this. This one is the non-die cut out of 25, but I am looking for the die cut. So if anybody happens to run across that, I would love to complete that rainbow. But yeah, some favorites in there. I've got the Phenomenon back there, the book that I read that kind of got me really bought into collecting Rick a little bit more. Jumbo autograph, Essential Credentials back there. So those are all relics and autographs, that stack. And then this stack is all non-relic, non-autographs, all serial numbered and things like that. I haven't shown a lot of those off, but I'm kind of holding back. But I've wanted to put these two rookies in the middle because these were big-time cards when they first came out. His Flair update from 99 rookie, and then, of course, the 99 Ultimate Victory. The base was a short print and a highly sought-after card, and that one out of 100 parallel is definitely one that I'm chasing down. So, got those, and then, of course, I got to show some love to my favorite all-time basketball player whose number is being retired tonight, and that is Dwayne Wade. I remember seeing that on TV, and I freaked out when he hit that game winner. I'll never, ever forget that. There we go, that one. So I've got a few cards of his, a few rare ones in there, nothing crazy. Got that Bo sent me the autograph here. And this is my only true 101 card that I own. But that is a 101 Dwayne Wade. And then, of course, his EX rookie. Got that on BGS9. I got that for like 10 bucks or something, 15 bucks. Got a nice deal. And then my only autograph of him, and from National Treasure on card. Love that card. So, and then I thought, you know, I should do some kind of themed shelves. Now I have some Ichiros down here. I don't have lights for this shelf yet, but I'll show those in a minute. So I wanted to do kind of a couple of shelves that had some rare cards and showed some rainbows. So I did this shelf here, which I had some shiny cards as well. As you can see, some refractors going on. But I wanted to get all the raves out. I've always loved those parallels, and to have all four of those on the same shelf just made sense. And then I've got some of my favorites thrown in here as well. I'm sure all you 90s collectors recognize these cards. But just some cards that I really enjoy and I felt like should be displayed. So, especially some of these, you know, these rarer inserts, these are so tough to pull. Like the upper deck inserts out of 100, I had to throw that one in there because they're so much rarer than I think people give them credit for. After seeing a case get open and no big time upper deck cards came out, I had to put that in. Obviously, this shelf just makes sense, doesn't it? It's a specific Pacific shelf. That's for you, Greg. I had to get some of my favorite Pacific cards out on display, and I think many of you know most of these. If any of them look plain, those are the Platinum Blues. This is a silver out of 67. This is a Platinum Blue. Really enjoy that one as well. That design was amazing. And then this one came from Tyler. Thanks, buddy. Had to show that one off, that premiere date. Oh, excuse me. Let me rephrase that. Tyler sent me this one. I bought this one myself on eBay. But yeah, I just love the design of some of these specific cards. They're incredible. So, and then of course I've got the, get your sunglasses ready, the shiny shelf. So I've got a lot of refractors and cards that just shine like crazy up here. I mean, a couple of them aren't really big. I mean, obviously that Stadium Club refractor is nothing major, but it's just such a beautiful card. But there were definitely some cards that belonged on this shelf. And a little tidbit here, you probably saw them down on the Pacific shelf too. I used a lot of BCW stands because they can be adjusted. And some of these I can lay the cards all the way back. So I did that. Like here you can see all these Pacific cards are laid back a little bit further. They're tilted back further. The boxes that they come in are really nice for getting these cards elevated. So all those gold refractors are sitting on top of those boxes. So anyway, that's the shelves that are lit up. And then I thought, well, I've got a lot of space, so how am I going to utilize it? How am I going to utilize it? So down here what I've done is each of these stacks has a theme. So this is all game used. And then just going down the years, this is 2099, so all the cards behind this card in that stack are that year. 98, 97, 96, and 94, 95. And then I've got a stack of Doug Baldwin's, some Joey Cora, some Weirdo from the National, my Griffies, I don't have a few of those, but that's perfectly fine. My Tom Barrassos, I have a couple Magnon Rayomes. That was a big time card when I was a kid, and then I have these Barrassos I got to put in a page. So that's how I'm kind of keeping all my A-Rods right now. They're in stacks based upon year, and the 98 stack's getting close to the top there. So those are all my magnetic A-Rods. And then the rest of my collection is in this tub right now, all in top loaders. So here's the Ichiros. Obviously got to get a couple lights for this shelf, but I got a few of my favorites out. We're going to call this the Josh duo in here. The cards that Josh sent me, this PSA 10 and this PSA 8.5 SP Game Used Bat rookie. But I just got a few of my favorites out there. Definitely have some work to do with the Ichiro stack, but this is where it's at so far. So once I have a light on there, it'll look great. And then I decided that I wanted to put a lot of cards up for display, so I try not to get too crazy with cards that shine too much because the lighting is not great behind me. But I just threw a few of my favorites out. I'm sure you'll recognize most of these. And it's just wonderful to be able to wake up and look at this every day. I gotta say, it's reminds me of what makes the hobby so wonderful, especially because a lot of these cards have stories behind them, where they came from, who helped me find it. You know, it popped up in the group, and then we talked about how great the card is, and so we were able to go pick them up. Let's see if I can focus this in a little bit more. There we go. And of course I got my Griffey lunchbox. It's got some supplies and stuff in it. So anyway, thank you everyone for taking the time to watch this. I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I hope this gives you some inspiration for what you can do to display some of your cards, because if I'm being honest, cards are meant to be appreciated. They're meant to be looked at, and their designs from the 90s especially are so unique that I don't think we're ever going to see anything like it again. So appreciate them while you can, fellas and ladies, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow when I do the drawing for our 300 subscriber giveaway. Take care.